You may have used Google Spreadsheets before for a financial report, but you can also use them to track projects. To do this within your Gmail account, go to your Drive, and then you can create a spreadsheet. Now in this case, I'm going to give you a template which you can download from the website. So instead, I'll just show you some of the examples. The first one is a project planning for a course that I'm designing. And you'll notice there are tabs at the bottom that represent each of the sections of the course. You can type in the details here of the course in each section. And what's nice is we can also have people come in and insert comments or notes. And of course, like any Google Doc, 2 or more people can work on the same document at the same time. It's a great way to share information and keep people on track. The other example is a sprint timeline. And the sprint timeline is really tracking what each person on a committee or a team is doing at any one point. So in this case, again, we have tabs, but they are by the calendar. And then each week is noted, and then information about what each sprint goal will be. In other words, what will we accomplish by the end of these weeks? Then what each person is doing is typed into each spot, and then we can actually attach a report to document what happened and what didn't happen. Once you've downloaded the template, the first thing you want to do is to save a copy. So you're going to make a copy, give it a name, and then say OK. And the reason for this is under the Share feature. I've shared it with anyone who has the link, but they can only view it. So you want to save that copy so that you can do what you want with it. Once you have that done, you'll notice that there's only one tab at the bottom. So what I recommend is changing up whatever you want this to look like. So that might include things like changing the color of a tab, changing the text and the font, adding a team member. So one way you can do that is simply by adding rows or deleting rows, depending on how many people on your team, filling in all the details, and then coming down and duplicating. And once you've done that, you can do it as many times as you want. And then you can go in and rename. You might want to put in the date. You might want to put in a component. And then maybe have the main planning sheet at the beginning. Of course, people can type in each of the spaces, but you can also do things like leave a note, you can also add comments on a particular area. So it might be if you have a question, you can ask that question, and then the person can come in and they can answer that question. There are many more things you can do with your template, but this is a good start, getting it organized, structured, and a place for people to meet. And when we use a Google Hangout, which I'll show you in just a minute, it then takes it to that next level of being a shared document in a collaborative space. We can then go to our Google Plus account and start a video party. In this case, I'm not going to invite anyone, but I am going to share my Google Drive just to show you how we can do this. So if we look at that copy of that project tracker template, I can open that up. And now everyone that would be on my Google Hangout with me can now interact with this document just like we did before, but in this time it's real time. So it's a great way to share the project, go over all of the items on the list, talk about the weekly goals, and then if you have a report to discuss that as well.